For 20 years, the operating belief of every founder I respected was the same. Ideas are cheap. Execution is everything. It was good advice. It was true for 2 decades. And it is quietly becoming false. Not because execution stopped mattering, because it stopped being scarce. There is a pattern that repeats every time a technology matures, and it is more reliable than any trend. Whenever one input to production becomes abundant, value does not disappear. It migrates to the next thing that is still scarce. When manufacturing got cheap, value left the factory and moved to brand and distribution. Anyone could make the product. Few could make you want it. When information got abundant, value left the content and moved to the attention and curation. Anyone could publish. Few could be worth reading. The scarce layer always win. For most of the software era, the scarce layer was execution. Building was expensive. It took engineers, time, focus, and a window in which nothing else got built. Speed of execution was real moat for one simple reason. Most people could not execute fast. If you could ship faster than next team, you won, and you deserve to. That layer is dissolving in front of us. Code gets written while founders sleep. Agent drop the first button, open the pull request, clear the queue, and hand back a decision instead of a task. The marginal cost of producing the thing is falling toward zero, and the slope is steepening, not rippling off. So by the only law that has ever governed this, value is already leaving execution. The question every founder should be asking is not, how do I execute faster? Almost everyone will soon execute fast. The question is, where is the scarcity migrating to? And am I standing there? Most people assume that because building got cheaper, the cost of building the wrong thing went down too. The opposite happened. When the execution was expensive, it was self-limiting. You could not afford to build 10 wrong things, so scarcity did your prioritization for you. The budget was the editor. A bad idea died before it shipped because no one could justify the cost. Now that constraint is gone. You can build the wrong thing for almost nothing. So people build all of them. And every wrong thing that shipped carries the cost that did not go away. It fragments attention, dilutes the product, accuse the maintenance, and buries the one thing that actually compounds on the pile of things that do not. The build simply moved from the building to the aftermath. Well, it is larger and harder to see. Abundant execution does not reward everyone equally. It punishes the undisciplined more than ever because it removes the natural friction that used to protect them from themselves. If a scarcity is migrating from the making to choosing, then the scarce scale is editorial, not having ideas. Idea was always cheap. The scarce act is the inverse, deciding what, how out of everything now buildable deserves to exist and having the conviction to delete the rest. This is the different muscle than the one founders spent a decade of the training. That the rest era reward the builder, the person who turned intent into output fastest. The next era reward the editor, the person who can look at infinite possible output, choose the narrow slice that matters, and then protect it ruthlessly. The builders ask, what can I make? When you can make almost anything, the question has no edge wrapped in it. The editor asks, of everything I could make, what is one thing worth making? And what do I have the disciple to cut? 3 shifts follow from this, and none of them are about tools. First, change what you measure. Output metrics, feature shipped, post-published, things launched, measure how well you execute. They are becoming vanity. The metric that matters now is decision quality. How good you are at what you choose not to do. Second, treat agent as a printing press, not as headcount. A press does not make you publisher. It makes being editor-in-chief the entire job. The leverage is being the single source of taste and direction that all that execution points at. Third, build a direct deletion practice. In a world that makes the building frictionless, the only way to stay coherent is the add friction back on purpose, a standing habit of killing things that work but do not matter. What you remove now defines you more than what you add. Execution was great differentiator for 20 years. It is becoming great equalizer. Everyone is being handled the same superpower at the same moment, which is exactly why the superpower itself can no longer be anyone's advantage. What stays scarce is judgment, the taste to choose and the disciple to cut. The tools will keep getting better at building. The founders who win the next decades will be the one who get better at deciding. Be the editor, not the builder. I personally build ThinkLeap on that belief. Let the agent handle execution so the human can stay in the one seat that still scales the judgment. Thank you for listening.